Okay, here we are. Welcome, Mr. Kumar. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How are you?
Great, great. So here we are for our first episode of Coffee Break with PCEB. I've got my coffee right here. What are you drinking, Mr. Raj?
Ginger tea.
Ginger tea. I've got my special mug here today as well. This was given to me at a very special occasion in Kuala Lumpur, and I keep it specially for today because you're our guest and you're the chairman here in Penang.
Thank you.
And tell us a little bit about your mug over there.
My daughter gave present to me during my Father's Day because I'm away. So she gave me a special mug.
Oh, so that's lovely. Fantastic. So folks, here we are today. We've got our first guest for the talk show, and he's Mr. Raj Kumar, the chairman of the Penang chapter, or Malaysian Association of Hotels, and the chapter here in Penang. And he's also the general manager of the Light Hotel over on the mainland. I remember 2019, we had a couple of great events over at your place, Mr. Raj. At the poolside, everybody loved it. Your hotel is beautiful.
Thank you.
So before we begin, we're going to talk about a little bit of background about Penang chapter.
Okay, let me just briefly tell you the numbers. Room and overall in Malaysia and chapter, we have 13 of them. Whole Malaysia, we have a total of more than 1,000 as a member. In Penang itself, we have 98 members. Then we have total of 15,338 rooms in Penang itself. Overall, we have categories in Penang. 5-star, we have 13 hotels. 4-star, 22. 3-star, we have 19. And 2-star, we have 17. And 1-star, we have 1. Others, 32. We're still waiting for MOTAC to give verification of what status they are. Yeah. So at the moment, we have 98, which included 3 associates, which are partner with us. So that's about Penang. Overall, in Malaysia, the whole Malaysia, we have 160,000 rooms, which is based on 1,003 hotel whole Malaysia.
1,300.
1,003 whole Malaysia. We have members of 1,043 with 952 rooms.
Okay, and we're going to go quickly into our topic today. And first of all, we have had a question of the loans and assistance from the state government as well as the federal government and the economic stimulus packages that have been launched. Maybe you can tell us a bit about what has been given to the hotel side in particular.
Okay, well, we are really appreciate that the caring economy stimulus package Perangsang Prihatin PSM, namely one of the largest economy package in Malaysia, which worth 250 billion on 27 March 2020. As comprehensive as it is, but there's many gray areas, especially toward to tourism industry. Similarly, earlier this year, package over 15 billion was extended, but it fell short of our expectation. It's like simply fixing the short-term gap. For example, like 10% discount for electric bill. And do you think those be sufficient over the industry? Estimate total loss of the industry last year is 6.53 billion in 2020. That is a little bit sad throughout the whole package. We are the smallest, minimum who got the benefit out of it. So to go forward, have submitted over collectively proposal of 8 main trusts, such as financially moratorium need 1, 2, operation subsidy, operating cost loan for hotel up to 2 million with lower interest rate, maximum 3% interest. 3, utility discount, example, discount of electric bill for at least 50%. Sectory relaxation on payment requirement and tax exemption to reduce the tax or other things by the government. the most important, we have been fighting. I think I've sent more than, I don't know, 6 or 7 or 8 letters to all the minister to vaccine our tourism workers.
Yes,
which
that is the most important. Vaccination is the way out. Yeah.
So I'm fighting and trying, I'm writing, I'm raising my concern. Hopefully somebody here and start giving to all hotel industry. Of course, next one is reopen blueprint. We have to start plan the blueprint where we should go from now onwards to achieve our right target, which target that we need to go and capture first. Of course, domestic market is the first and follow others. Okay, last but not least, government should make earlier arrangement and promote clean and safe Malaysian campaign. I think Singapore is going to accept My Sejahtera, whoever get 2 doses and all that.
That's
that
good news,
will help us in one another way. Whereas Ma also requests, Ma Penang chapter also support from following from the state government. We're still hoping the state government will help us a little bit in hotel industry, such as tax incentive up to 50% on assessment tax, which is in bracket pintu. Hotel license reduction from Majlis Perbandaran from Pulau Pinang and Seberang Jaya. We have road to LAM and still hoping that we'll get something out of it. Water bill down, whereas we have been told to write to them, but there was no generally given us what is amount of discount. And hotel stay rebate voucher for frontliner, which partially subsidized by the Penang state government, value up to 100 ringgit. So we have put this.
That's a good idea.
Of course, YBO have come out forward and give us a little bit release on the electric bill, which is million overall. 5-star get 5,000, 4,000, 4-star get a certain amount, and that is going on. At least something, then nothing. So thank you YBO for just getting something to start off.
How about you mentioned about assessment rates. I believe there was an announcement about moratorium on the assessment rates given by the state government.
Not really. What I'm asking now is to give discount on the tax and all that. License. For example, Big Sarawak. For the whole year, there's no need to pay for your license.
That would be helpful.
Okay, and for Cukai Pintu, they give 50%. Okay, so I'm asking in that term of that kind of rebate.
So in this kind of pandemic time, it's very good to have an outspoken and dynamic leader as yourself for the hotel industry, because you have to dare to speak up. You might not be popular to everybody, but the things that need to be said have to be said.
You are right. Just to comment on that, I was recently come out in a lot of newspaper and especially Chinese newspaper, and I was told off that I'm being bold. Someone has to pick up anyway. If the effort are productive, why not, right, Chris?
Yes.
So I think somebody, whether they like or not, is a second thing.
You have to speak up for your members. That's the main thing.
You can't just keep quiet and accept it, because a lot of members are bleeding.
Yes.
Okay, and getting bad to worse. And the direction, we need a proper direction. We need a lot of help. We need somebody to see us as one of the main contributor to the industry of revenue. I mean, toward the revenue in the state and for the country.
That's
it look like they're out of the map. I don't know why. Hopefully that they realize. Okay, and
I think generally the tourism players are feeling that there's too much emphasis on manufacturing and the factory side rather than taking care of also the hospitality players, tourism attractions, agencies, and so forth.
I fully agree. But as they need the investment, they also need hotel to support the investment. Without hotel, how the investment going to be lifted up in the state, in the country and the state?
That's right. Okay, let's move on to our next topic. And this is talking about hotel occupancy rate now and before COVID. I think that is goes without saying that the vast difference and the vast drop.
Yeah, most of the hotels are now running an average occupancy less than 10%. Okay, you're talking about hotel which near the factories and all that.
Yes.
There's three categories of hotel. One is beach, one is second is heritage or town, and the third one is mainland.
Yes.
So mainland average will get between 10 to 15 during MCO3. Okay, because of the engineer, the factories, whoever want to go service, so they get that kind of occupancy. Whereas if you'll be surprised if you see in beach hotel, some of the beach hotel ask how many occupancy, they said, I got one guest. I said, one guest? He said, it's me, the GM are staying. So very sad to hear that. Okay, some of them running with 2 guests, some of them running with 4 guests. Okay, so it is very sad to hear that kind of feedback from my colleague, but especially the beach. The beach suffer most because their main market segment is tourists to enjoy their facility. But with the current MCO3 very strictly been implemented, and they are the most in a very bleeding situation. And I think most of them prefer to shut down.
Don't forget November and December, they did pretty well.
Yeah, but we do November and December, you cannot cover what happened to March till October because you are building ready there. This is badly building, but 2 months, you can't do anything with 2 months. You know, hotel don't run with 2 months.
Yeah.
So that 2 months was good time for them. However, you know, they have prepared for the next, not expecting MCO3 to come. And there was triple loss for them because of the preparation they did, thinking that everything will be back to normal. They can plan, they have planned everything, and suddenly MCO3, they are flat totally.
But from the pickup that we saw at year end last year, it's quite evident that there is a pent up demand for leisure travel, for tourism, you know, just to be able to let off some steam after, you know, being cooped up for the pandemic. You can see that immediately, you know, the moment they opened up interstate, everything jumped up.
So as I say, Chris, it's important that domestic tourism have to go on. I have opportunity to speak to one of the minister while they was here doing their visit, you know, stay in my hotel. I did put this, you know, I had a coffee with him and I managed to talk to him, and I said that, you know, allow people who have a vaccine, first dose and second dose, to allow them to travel, holiday, give them incentive kind of thing to go to beach, and, you know, they have already got 2 jab, you stay in the hotel.
I think that was mentioned by PM at one juncture. He said that this might be one of the incentives for people to get themselves vaccinated.
But the point is, it's not been done. That is a sad news.
Yes.
Okay, the fear is still there. You see what happened to Europe Cup now, 60,000 in Hungary Stadium, football game. Where is the distance?
That's
it's already more than a week. There's no case saying that Hungary have increased the number of COVID. And of course, they don't have a second dose. They're talking about 80% of them in vaccine with single dose. So that is totally different. We don't know. We are not scientists. We are not doctors. But I say something have to be done to go forward. You can't just wait until you reach 4,000, 2,000, 500, then you open up the hotel. So you need to move forward. For your record, from mass survey, okay, done on 11 June, there is 320 hotel, okay, conduct throughout 320 hotels, 71% still operating with below 10% occupancy. 2 permanently closed, while 91 hotel are temporarily closed. 91 temporarily closed. We are talking about 320, which is 30% of the total member. Even that, you know, you have 91 hotels shut down. So it's very sad to hear that from the survey.
Very serious. Okay, let's move on to the next. Okay, we have a question here that says, how are the status of oncoming event requests? Meaning, are people still inquiring, asking for quotations, interested to hold events in the hotels?
If you said currently, not at all, of course, because MCO nobody will function. But most of them, most of them have booked, especially June, a good month for event. July was May. Most of them have cancelled it. Okay, and some of them not cancelled first time. they've been cancelling 3 or 4 times.
Yes, yes.
You know,
Postponement, try to call it postponement.
And they get so frustrated. So, you know, with no choice, I have to refund.
Yeah.
Even though he said, no, once you pay deposit, you don't need to refund. It's not in that situation. You know, you can't blame them.
Yeah. So you are adopting a very flexible, maybe postponement and also a refund policy for now.
Right. We have given them. Okay, can you postpone? Can you use it when next time? Imagine if 6 of them postpone and 6 of them want to have on the same date in September, October.
Oh yes.
And how do you want to give priority to a guest? He said, I'm so important. I give you a priority to hold my function, wait, postpone. Yeah. And then they get other people come in. This will be a new drama series will go on. So I think the best way is at the moment, okay, to refund back to them. Let's you all finish, let the government come back again with a better SOP or allow us a certain level of number to do event, then we can restart back. I think no problem of restarting, yes. But saying that you need a lot of things to be done, a lot of planning to be done. So I'm very sure, I'm very confident once the MCO lift up, there's a lot of people are waiting to do the event. It will not die or people lose interest. Yeah. In fact, there will be a lot of people, like you say, November and December. Imagine all people attacking.
It's all backed up, you know, so all come at the same time.
Everybody will queue up for weekend functions. That will happen after MCO.
We've got a question here that talks about the some of the hotels that have closed down due to the pandemic, whether they will be reopening under new branding and new management.
Yes and no. Okay. We recent National Recovery Plan announced by Prime Minister earlier. The economy, subject the economy as well, driven domestic travel demand in a short time. So short term. So in a short term, it means 2021, 2022, now can go to up 2022. It's going to be a lot of domestic tourism. So everybody have to replan their whole strategy. Okay, how do you want to get a domestic market, especially a beach hotel and all that? They have to change. You know, if you are hoping for overseas to come in, I think in the short period of time, it will not happen. Okay, just touch wood. You know what happened in UK. You know what happened in Vietnam when they open up. You know, the tourists after a month, 2 weeks, they close back because the virus can travel around. So there's no still of confidence.
Because, so what do you do? I think they're talking about Phuket opening on the 1st of July. So that also is very questionable right now. Yeah.
They will still open. After the tourists come, they will know what the impact is. So we can learn from them.
That's right.
We have to plan locally now, domestic market, and see how can we go into it and how can we can do domestic, but we cannot be expecting that kind of revenue that
the room rates and so forth. Yes.
And all the package and all that, but but it's something than nothing at all from the market what we can get, right?
The adjustment of the strategy and also your pricing point, basically.
Yeah, true.
Okay, maybe we take a few seconds to look at who's watching online with us. Michelle Koi, hi Michelle, and Geeta Balakrishnan, Jason Kavin, of course Ashwin is watching. Hi Ashwin, our CEO of Penang Convention Exhibition Bureau. He has to support the show. Mark D'Souza from Bayview, Georgetown. Welcome to you, Mark. And if you're online with us now, just say hi, type in hi. I'll try to say hi to you guys back, okay? And we're here with Mr. Raj Kumar, the chairman of MA Penang chapter. We're going to move on to our next question right now. And that's talking about doing business in the pandemic, okay? This one is also another one of your source of so-called controversial remarks that you have made in the media, and talking about where you called upon the government to have a more comprehensive 6-month sector shutdown instead of ad hoc short MCOs, closing, opening, but just to have a longer term planning to enable the sector to be able to, have a little bit of direction. Maybe tell us about that.
Okay. Of course, a lot of people was thinking, why did I want to close when we're supposed to do business? Yeah. But experience teachers. Okay, this is something that nobody have experienced and can tell you that I have experience, I know how to manage. No such thing. This is something as we go along, we learn. So what we have learned from 2020, you can't just open, you close, you open, you close. This is not business that hotel can do it. If you can give us a 6 month in a row, example, January to June, we shut down everything. Everybody will shut down the hotel. Everybody have to, government have to give the salary. Okay, they have to support their staff. Okay, and then we can manage. We can manage our manning, 1. 2, minimize our operation costs and expenses. Okay, 3, control our cash flow. 4, implement implement renovation and upgrading exercise. We can do whatever need to be done. The hotel never done anything for life. Never mind, take a loan a little bit, because this is the best time for you to rectify what is not working in your hotel in a full capacity without worrying about customer in the hotel. Okay, last but not least, a proper marketing, a planning, a better when we come back. So we know after the 6 months, not going to be open, close, open, close. We know exactly what market we want to target, exactly what are we looking for, what kind of package that we can put in, and what kind of customer market segment that we can bring in back. Then there will be a proper restart for everyone, rather than, it's like the weather. You can't know, even suddenly raining, suddenly hot sun. How do you want to survive? That's the reason why I think that proposal will be easier, okay? Will be easier for hotel industry, okay? And easy for them to reboot back and restart back on where they need to do.
Okay, let's go on to the next. Okay, they have been coming up with new ways to keep the hotel sustained. And what do you advise in addition to new menus and delivery service? I think, a lot of hotels going into F&B business, like fighting with KFC and McDonald's now.
Okay. To be very frank with you, MCO1, all of us started. We never even dreamed. Okay, we never even thought one day hotel will do like a hawker concept outside hotel.
That's right.
But they have to do what they need to do to survive. And they need to do this to keep the chef skill to continue. Otherwise, they will not be cooking.
Or rusty.
So something has rusty, yeah, all the skill. So they need to do something, okay? But let me be frank with you, MCO1, MCO2, and MCO3 is the worst. Because when the MCO3 open, they allowed stall, they allowed restaurant, they allowed hawker, okay, roadside. All of them. I give you example of, let's take a chicken rice. If hotel do a chicken rice, will cost you at least 20 ringgit. Some hotel will give discount and give 15 ringgit. Yeah. In a roadside, you can get 4 ringgit 50 cents in Penang easily. In restaurant, you can get 6 ringgit. Okay, a chicken rice, still a chicken rice. Remember, this is a takeaway on your own comfort at your own house. No aircon you pay, no service, no nothing, just deliver. What will you choose?
That's
the cheapest, right?
That's
okay. You can't go far from chicken rice. From because 1, 2, 3, you can't.
People paying for hotel food for the ambience, for the service.
Exactly. When a hotel you on the kitchen, you have to on the ventilation, the aircon. A number of the chef have to come in. One person just cut the chicken. One person just roast the chicken. One person just make the rice. Whereas hawker and restaurant, no, you do all this in one people. So all this involve cost, very high cost. Yeah. Okay, so that is not really a core business of a hotel. It doesn't really help unless you have thousands of supply to factories.
Yes, I heard that you managed to secure one big order from your factory.
15,000 deliver in one of the month. That's one of the good month. They're not going to give us every month. Okay, with some effort and all that, we got 15,000 deliver with a very low price, but there's a volume. Okay, but a lot of effort. You need to buy a new takeaway box because we have never done.
Yeah.
Okay, we have to do our own transport to the food. We have to make sure the quality is there. Again, we are carrying our hotel image.
That's right.
So there's no compromise. Even the cost is higher, you can't compromise in terms of preparing the food. So I cannot do hotel online. Show the hotel room and say, sir, this is your room and this is 50 ringgit for you. I can't do that. Okay, the only thing supplying the food, but even the takeaway, nowadays you only get 1 or 2 maximum 3 takeaway or
Yes.
2 takeaway. So how can you survive? So takeaway is not, we can't do other thing except selling our room and sell our event and welcome our customer to dine at our restaurant.
Okay, we've got some questions coming in. And is there any chance to obtain a higher support for keeping associates on the job during this extremely trying period? So we're talking about, I think the first MCO, there was some help from the government, if I'm not wrong, something like 600 ringgit EIS, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, subsidy from the government. We still get until the end of June. Chris, you must understand.
Is it now as well?
Until end of June, okay? But the subsidy is 600 ringgit. Where the hotel staff earn now less than 2,000 ringgit?
Yes.
Most of them already, have the salary more than 2,000 ringgit. And some of them work 5 years to 20 years in some of the hotel, okay? Then how can you survive with 600 ringgit? You can't survive with 600 ringgit. Even the government gives 600, it's very low. We have asked the government to give 50% of the staff salary, which is below 4,000, and 30% between 4,000 to 8,000. But that was not been granted to us. If you go to UK or Singapore pays 75%, if I'm not mistaken, of the staff salary during MCO lockdown. UK, if I'm not mistaken, 90% of the salary. Australia, 70 to 80%. Of course, Malaysia, you need that kind of money to pay them.
That's
but
right.
We're not asking to give us 600 are very low. You can't sustain. You can't sustain with 600 ringgit. Very difficult.
What is the strategy for most hotels? I believe I have been made to understand there's a lot of unpaid leave being exercised during this time.
As I said, there's no business. Last year loan not been paid. We took a loan, a lot of owners took a loan to pay their staff. And most of them trying the level best to keep them. Okay? And with the agreement of both parties, okay, they understand. There's no business how to pay. And some of them might maybe look for other job temporarily for a week or two. So giving unpaid leave is something that you can't help it. Okay, depends on individual hotel. You can't just say, work, I'll pay you full salary. How do you want to pay full salary? There's no money coming in at all. If there's money coming in, the last year, they've been doing that. Some hotels have been doing that with minimum deduction, but they can't afford to do that. So you can't accept all the hotel to shut down. Okay, then when the MCO come, you open back. Is to be
the staff have run away to other industries and other jobs already.
They have to find another job. But a lot of the staff are very grateful and thankful and understand the situation.
Yeah.
They're fully aware, okay, the situation in the hotel, and they give a lot of cooperation. Okay, and whenever the business back, all the hotel will give back what they belong to. Okay, what they own, they will give back. So I have a full confidence that the hotel employer will come to a compromise understanding, to keep the hotel open and keep the staff rather than closing them temporarily, whatever, or find a solution among them what they can do.
That's true.
I can't talk about individual hotel. They know the pain. They know how to manage it on their own area. But I'm one of the victims who is feeling the pain deep inside. And
you're struggling to keep all your staff on with you as much as you can.
I'm thankful. Most of the staff, okay, are very understanding, and they really support behind. They never ask a question once. Look, I lost my money. Even some of them said, I'll look for some other job. Don't worry, boss. I understand your situation. Because we give when we have, and we don't have. We really say we don't have. So that's the situation now.
We're going to take a few seconds to say hi to some people who are online with us. Sasha Ranesha, welcome to you. Welcome to the show. Pushpa Rani, thank you for tuning in. Trisha is online as well. And who else is here? Go Bankiet. Okay, hi, Bankiet. Indra Rani Ravichandran is here online with us. And we'd like to say thank you for all of you for watching with us. We've got a few more minutes to go. I think we've got a couple more questions left. How do you boost morale of your staff in this kind of situation, Mr. Raj?
I have to be positive for sure. Okay, I am positive. Okay, of course, sadness cannot cover the whole thing. You know, you have to be a leader. You have to be front there. You have to show a good example. Even the situation are not really siding you. Be a good leader. Show a good example. Motivate them. Okay, we keep on doing what we do, daily job. I walk almost in a hotel himself, almost 3 to 4 kilometers. Step 6,000 to 7,000 steps in the hotel. We still go and do what we need to do to make it the hotel is really ready when the things are all back to normal. So we have to let them know things will change. Okay, the tunnel is dark, but the light is the end of the tunnel is coming soon. Okay, it soon mean very soon. But you know, when you go to tunnel, you cannot just hope that there will be light. The beginning of the tunnel will be dark. In the middle of the tunnel, there will be slight light giving you some hope. You know, you need to find the tunnel way out, where to go out, in and out. And sometimes one of the tunnel is not the tunnel that you look for, because it's the end of the tunnel. You have to go and find other solution. Same goes to what is happening now. To give them moral support, you have to be positive. You have to let them know this thing is not forever. Vaccine is out, as you know how active it is. Give a lot of positive side of the situation to them. And we have gone through a lot of things before. Of course, this is the worst, but nothing is impossible to overcome all this. God gives something, there's sure some solution out of there. And we have to work harder. We have to find where the solution is, and then we need to go forward to achieve what.
How about this? We're talking about the National COVID Recovery Plan that was unveiled by the Prime Minister. Something like there are certain thresholds where we have 4,000 new positive cases per day. There will be something opening up, vaccination rates. What is your take on that?
I think at least the government have planned now. That's good. Because earlier we don't know what the government going to do, but the plan is like a title without subject, without detail. Okay, there's a title there. Okay, they're saying that 4,000, 2,000, 500. You know what? But there's no breakdown of what they're going to do. You can't wait until October, November for the hotel to open. You can't wait for October, November for a restaurant to open. But eventually there's a plan. But I'm sure they are preparing their detail. Okay, as you go along, you know, I propose very strongly about vaccine. First dose. Allow them to dine. Second dose, allow them to do function. Okay, and give the second dose a freedom, even though it's not confirmed that, you know, second dose won't get COVID. Saying that, but at least they won't go to critical situation, which is level 4 or level 3 or 4. Yesterday, the health minister in the news said people who got the COVID after second dose is only in level 1 and 2, which is very mild, and you will go off. So we have to restart that. We have to do something. Even 4,000, allow the restaurant, people can dine, 2 of them, or maximum 4 of them. If you don't give 500 people, give 50 people to start off.
I think Singapore has just opened up in dining in for 2 per table yesterday.
Okay, as you improve, give it to 4, then go to 10. So you have to do that. So it's good plan, but we need the breakdown of the plan. Okay, and we have to, it's a guideline. Okay, I think what the government have given the whole people a guideline. This is a guideline I'm going to use, but guideline we can use as reference. But of course, we can improve as we go along, and we have to start the economy as soon as possible. Okay, hopefully there's no more extend after 28th of June. Okay, because otherwise
everybody's looking forward or waiting for the announcement next week.
Otherwise, a lot of industry will be in trouble.
Okay, we've got a few more comments. Indra Rani Ravichandran is here. Nazi Che Oma, Sid from Light Hotel, Vira, and who else is it? Sugin Dhiran is here online with us. Okay, if you're online with us, and you have a question, you can quickly type it in. We're going to go over our time. Time has just passed by so fast, Mr. Raj. We're already 10 minutes over. But I think if you don't mind, we take a few minutes. And if you have a comment right now or a question, please send it in. We'll stand by for that. In the meantime, let's talk about some other things. Other alternative streams of revenue for the hotel, other than food delivery. Let's talk about quarantine hotel, COVID low risk quarantine center, and also long-term rentals for professionals. So let's start with quarantine. So in Penang, who are our quarantine centers?
There's two words of quarantine and low risk quarantine hotel. So quarantine, we already have two hotels in Penang, which people come from overseas, and if they need to be quarantined, they send to that hotel. Okay, they only take that type of customer, which managed by KKM, Kementerian Kesihatan Malaysia, and Rela, police, and doctors. Okay, there's a quarantine center. The recently it came in is quarantine for positive quarantine center for low risk. That means
so they are already tested as positive COVID.
They already tested positive, but they do choose not to go to the what they call it Jawi, Kepala Batas in the general place because it's too crowded and no comfort for them. They're willing to pay. Okay, and there is a hotel. I think one hotel now in Penang. I'm not sure other state. In Penang, there's a 4 hotel right up to me, and we sent, but all 4 of them pull out. The reason because some of them have difficulty on access into the entrance, the cost of preparing and all that. So they have pull out. But there is one hotel which is already listed with KKM, and positive case, low case positive has been sent to them, and some factory have sent them to them. So it is it's a good
idea of the room rates that they're charging for this kind of facility. The low risk COVID?
From my colleague, okay, from some of the doctors, they're charging something like 150 to 200 ringgit per night.
Similar to the quarantine hotel.
But the low risk quarantine, you have to prepare everything by yourself. There won't be a doctor, there won't be nurse, there won't be. You need to make sure everything is in order. KKM only will monitor. And
the meals will be provided by the hotel, so 3 meals a day.
Provide, but you have to use the what normally they ask for PPF, what do you call it? The full, you can't go near them. You must put the food outside, exactly like quarantine, but managed by the hotel himself.
Okay, there's a question that came in from Miss Sasha. What would you tell us that we could do to help our hotel industry fellow friends here today? What can the common people or the people of Penang do to help the hotel industry?
It's a question that they have been gone. There's not much we can help unless
order some food online,
food takeaway, or is this you can't do anything because MCO. When you are unpaid leave, if you leave, you stay at home. So how do you want to support the hotel? There's no way, because our core business is selling room, selling event, and selling in-house dining. Okay, not deliver service. We are not been developed as a deliver service. If you have been developed as a deliver service, yes, you can help. But I think none of the hotel want to go and take other people's business away. There's a lot of people who already have a business which take away business. So we are just going inside to skill the chef to the big skill and all this. So it's difficult to answer that question because at the moment to help hotel industry, they have to go and find a part-time job. Maybe temporarily they have to do something to recover the situation. But I feel it's a short term, and things will be better soon for the hotel industry.
What's your personal estimate on the timeline for dine-in to be open, and also followed by that the hotel stays for leisure to be open? What's your estimated timeline? Your personal opinion?
I think the restaurant, they will open first. They will allow the restaurant to dine in, okay, and they will follow by, of course, when they allow dine in, they follow by hotel. Hopefully, the government will allow people with 1 dose and 2 dose to stay in the hotel. Okay, eventually somewhere in the end of July, beginning of August, they will allow open up for, maybe for holiday maker, but maybe with tight SOP, I don't know. If the government can say you go holiday with 2%, at least something. You can't bring the whole family because social distance are important. So if you want to look at social distance, if you have 6 of them in a family, allow 2 of them go at one time. We need to go and break down, focus, and go and find out from the ministry, how can we get this done? Because Ministry of Tourism, Motek said Langkawi and followed by other states will bounce back somewhere in September. Okay, the bubble holiday plan and all that. But but if you want to do this, you are doing exactly what happened in November and December. You're allowing the big group to come. So I feel for the government to feel comfortable, they should allow in a small scale number of people. Okay, small scale people to get the ball rolling, to get the people, don't stop totally holiday. You can't stop people. If the hotel have, if you're so afraid, if they got 100 rooms, allow 50 of them to go for holiday. Okay, ask them to take 50 holiday maker, because you cannot say go to beach and we only allowed for work purpose. For holiday, you cannot, because the hotel is built for holiday maker. So you have to understand the situation. How long the hotel will survive like that? So to start off, allow 2%. Then if these things are good, everything well, go with 4%. Then you can go like what the government have planned now, 4 to 500.
They have not mentioned specific to the industry, So we're waiting. When will we get dine-in? When will we get events, small events back?
The government say like that. What happened until September? We are reaching 4,000, below 4,000. So you can't do that. This is what the government have to go in and study and allow this industry to move on.
Okay, let's see what else. Any more questions coming in? Okay, this has already been addressed. So, Mr. Rajkumar, we'd like to thank you for your time. Thank you so much for being with us here on Coffee Break with PCEB. You're our very first guest, and we are so glad to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
All the time you've taken to prepare the facts and figures, and also your personal input, daring to speak up, say things that need to be said, on a platform. We hope that people will pick it up. And so everyone, don't forget to tune in. Thursday is the next show, Thursday, and we'll have Mr. Lawrence Koi, I believe, from True Incentive Travel here with us to talk about the inbound. That's another thing that's also in crisis, the inbound tourism business. So please do join us. It's 3:30, and bring your coffee. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Mr. Rajkumar. And all the best to my friends in the hospitality industry. You are so wonderful, and I wish you all the best.
Thank you.